Hello there guys, my name is Mr. Yorkie's World and welcome back to the channel for the first time in a long time. I do apologise, I've been away for a short or maybe not that short time, but I have other commitments in life, as many of you will know. But in today's video I have got some very exciting footage for you. This is Sim Update 5 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm in the Cessna 172 flying around at Queenstown, New Zealand. And I'm going to be showing off some different footage from sort of different flights I've been doing in the simulator and giving my opinions and first impressions of the simulator so far. So for me, I had to remotely update the simulator. I was actually at work. Yes, I do have a real world job, and I was at work at the time. I had to remotely update the simulator for when I got home. It was around 10, maybe even 11 o'clock at night when I actually managed to start using the simulator. So the footage that you're seeing here, the landings are not perfect, and neither are the procedures that I carry out. But I was very impressed with what I saw straight off the bat with regards to performance and smoothness and things like that. It was absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately though, there are still a few bugs, and I did notice quite a few crashes to desktop. Now this tended to happen when I was selecting certain aircraft or scrolling through, for example. Maybe, you know, trying to start a new flight after doing a previous one. And I also got a crash when I was selecting the world map on the home screen, which was quite frustrating, and it did take away a little bit of the initial excitement that I had towards this release on the 27th of July. Now aside from that, a little bit disappointed with the fly-by-wire A320. I don't know whether it's something that fly-by-wire has implemented with the throttle, but I use a Thrustmaster HOTAS 1. And when my throttle quadrant is all the way to the back, it automatically goes into reverse. Not only this, but the MCP buttons don't seem to do anything. So for the time being, I'm not using the fly-by-wire aircraft. I am literally just using stock aircraft at the moment. Obviously, one of the main aircraft that I'm waiting for to be released, hopefully this year, is the PMDG 737, and we can hope to see plenty of new content on the channel once that aircraft releases. But in the meantime, I'm really enjoying doing some VFR flying in the Cessna and some of the other light aircraft in the simulator, especially now that we have such amazing smoothness and performance compared to the previous update of the simulator. It really does feel a lot better, a lot more fluid, a lot smoother. It's a little bit more snappy as well within the simulator when you're actually panning around, looking around and things like that. So that's something that I really enjoyed on the first sort of time that I opened up the simulator. So moving on to the performance of the 787 in the simulator, specifically at KLAX, and you can see that there is a little bit of pop-in, there's a tiny bit of lag, maybe a bit of stutter, but overall I wouldn't really expect you to be able to get this level of smoothness and performance in the previous version of the simulator. I can sort of cast aside the popping in and the stutter that we experience here because it's absolutely nothing compared to what we had to go through before. If you would have tried to replicate this, more than likely, even on a high-end system, you would have experienced a great deal of stuttering and lag. But as you can see here, it's actually very manageable. I can sort of accept that. I can accept the stutter, I can accept the lag, because it's nothing compared to what we previously had to deal with. And the landing that I'm about to perform here is probably not the best. I've not flown this 787 in a very long time, and I wasn't using an ILS approach. This was actually a visual approach that I was doing. I think it was runway 24 right that I was landing at. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm very impressed with the performance. So the landing here is a little bit of a floater. It probably should have been a go-around, but in the end we managed to touch the ground. And what I'm going to point out here is that when you do land, you will notice an increase in that stutter. I'm about to exit the runway in a few moments, and as I turn, you will notice some more of that stutter that we are familiar with. I don't think there's very much at this stage that can be done about that, but we will just have to wait and see if there are any hot fixes or any further updates to the simulator or indeed its aircraft. It may well be just this 787 not being fully optimised, I have no idea, but here we go. You can see the lag and the stutter there as we're turning, and that is something that we've always had as far as I'm concerned in the simulator, so it's not really a surprise that it's returned, but I don't think it's major. I think it's perfectly manageable. And finally, here you can see that I'm back in the Cessna again, and I'm going to be doing some VFR flying around Naples. And I'm actually using a website which I will link in the description for where you can find some amazing spots to go and do either VFR flying or whatever you want to do. Just some beautiful areas of the simulator. And as you can see, it looks absolutely fantastic. Very, very smooth on that turn, no stutter hardly. And there is a little bit of popping in, but again, I don't find that to be a major thing. One thing that I would be interested in is hearing back from you guys what you reckon to Sim Update 5. Has it been an improvement for you, or has it actually made it worse? Because I know that a lot of people on the Flight Sim forums are very mixed at the moment. Some people are saying that the updates made certain things worse, specifically with the crash to desktop. And some people are saying that they've not noticed any improvement in terms of performance whatsoever. For me, I've seen a massive improvement, but I've also seen some negatives, such as the crash to desktops, which I'm hoping will be fixed, maybe in a hotfix at some point soon, or in the next update. But I'm sure that we can get past them in the meantime. But anyways, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. It is good to be back. I'll be making much more content very soon. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.